Alright, so, I'm gonna do a review of a comic that came out in trade today. I actually got this on pre-order, so it got released a day early. So, I'm gonna review Man-Bat. Technically, it's called Man-Bat Cries the Night. This is as you can guess, a mini-series centered around Man-Bat. So, I was really interested in this. I've always loved Man-Bat as a character. I don't know if I'd rank him as, like, one of my top 10 favorite Batman villains. Because, like, but I've always like dug the character of Man-Bat. Like he's such a deviation of what Batman usually fights. It's a dude who turns himself into a humanoid bat monster. Like he's not really like someone like you would think like something Batman would battle. It's usually like psychopaths or whatever. But like the outliers, like Grundy's technically JSA villain, but he's also ranked in with Batman villains. So yeah, Hulk zombie. And a gator and a crocodile man and Clayface, a giant clay monster. Those are like the Batman villains you wouldn't expect like it to be in Batman. They're like the outliers of like Batman villains that you wouldn't think you would have them fight a guy in a Batman costume. So Man-Bat has always been fun. I was really excited about, and I do have another Man-Bat miniseries in issues, and that one's confusing because it has like Hush is in it, and also one of the Flash villains, Murmur. It's a weird comic. It's a weird, like it's trying to be horror, but there's this weird story with Hush. I need to go find the issues again and reread it. Maybe I'll understand it better this time around and next time around. Anyway. So this comic is interesting because this came out in 2021. This came out last year. But the weird thing is about this comic is that this comic is actually a prologue to both Dark Knight's Metal and Justice League Dark. Like this is everything. This is set long before the events of Dark Knight's Metal. And the formation of the version of Justice League Dark with Wonder Woman leading the team, which I was like, that's a weird place to put it. Like, we're so far away from Dark Knight's Metal at this point in continuity, and also the formation of Justice League Dark, that this feels like this should have come, like, later. And word on the street is this was supposed to come out roughly the same time, like, post Dark Knight's Metal. But it got delayed a lot. So, yeah. It's just kind of weird to put that out there. Also, for writers, this is a guy I've never heard of. Dave Wielgosz, hope I'm saying that name right, with art by Sumit Kumar, and colors by Romulo Farajo Jr. I apologize in advance if I have completely butchered those names. So these are like a lot of, like, from what I can tell, Dave Wielgosz, I think this is my first time seeing anything. Now, maybe he's written other stuff, but, like, it says that he wrote Superman, he had some stuff in Superman, Man of Tomorrow, and Flash, Fastest Man Alive. Sumit Kumar, who has I've seen his artwork before, in Detective Comics and Justice League. He did the artwork for Justice League Dark, so it would make sense that he's here. Excuse me, I didn't mean to say Justice League, I meant to say Justice League Dark. So let's get into this comic. So this comic is basically Kirk Langstrom has hit a new low. Like he has hit rock bottom. Francine, his wife, is finally done with him because she's realized you're a fucking drug addict, dude. Like you keep saying, like, you want to fix hearing loss, but really it's just you want to get a high of being Man-Bat. Like, you've spent your whole life thinking that you were small, and being Man-Bat, you just have a power complex, dude. So, I'm out. So, after that, he thinks in his drug-addled head, that if I go save some people in Gotham, Francine will come back, because this isn't the first time she's divorced me and then come back, and, like, we've done this over and over again. So I just gotta go be a hero and she'll take me back. Well, he goes to battle some people who have stolen some sonic guns, and after getting in the way of Batman, he causes millions of dollars of damage and just blows out people's hearing. And now he's attracted the attention of the government, specifically Amanda Waller, who sends the Suicide Squad to attack Man-Bat. And it's a really cool. This is a really fun action-packed story. I think it's a quick read. It's only 5 issues, and they go by really fast. This is a really fun story about addiction and like Kirk Langstrom just kind of not really admitting, like he has to admit to himself, oh, I am the problem. Like that's the thing. Like he won't accept that he is just causing all this damage. Like he's your typical drug addict where he's like, I don't have a problem. Like I can quit whenever I want. But Man-Bat has become so powerful, like he can start talking in his mind. It's kind of like a Jekyll Hyde thing. It also doesn't help that Kirk now realizes that the Man-Bat serum has destroyed him on a cellular level, that it's killing him. So now he's like on a clock to not so much fix himself, but more like fix the people he's hurt. So, this is a lot of fun. It's a fun, action-packed story, like, just a lot of great scenes, like Man-Bat taking on the Suicide Squad, having some deep dive stuff with Harley, which I'm glad, like, whenever writers bring up the fact that Harley Quinn was a psychiatrist, like, people forget that all the damn time. Like, everyone forgets that she was originally a psychiatrist and not, like, trying to be a Deadpool knockoff. So, thank you, Wheelgaz, for reminding everyone, oh yeah, she was a psychiatrist, she is actually really intelligent. Like, that's, like, everyone forgets that. The big villain of this story, I'm just gonna it's Scarecrow. Because, like, I like what they do, because you may be thinking, well, what does Scarecrow have to do with sonic guns? Really, it's more like it's kind of fun of how they use that, because Scarecrow wants to reverse engineer these sonic guns and more or less manipulate people through sound, like kind of mess with their equilibrium on another level. Because his fear toxin's like, yeah, it's getting old. Like, people are starting to, like, find antigens and stuff like that to my fear toxin. But, you know, I'm trying to look to the future, and I am going to use these kind of sonic vibrations to mess with people's heads and make them see what I want to see. Something they kind of do in the ongoing Fear State storyline going on right now. So I thought that was really cool. It's always fun to see Scarecrow, in my opinion. He is a little Jokerish at some times. Like, it's just kind of weird. Like he kind of has like Joker mannerisms. But that's typical for most Batman comics, where it's like, are we writing Joker or are we writing Scarecrow? It's not just Wheelgaz. A lot of writers do it. It's a fun comic if you want to read, like, just a fun storyline, because I don't want to spoil what else happens here in the final issue, but they take Man-Bat to a whole other level, and it's a neat, it's not really what I'd call it too much of a deep dive into his life, into Kirk Langstrom's life, but it's more like, yeah, this is what happens when you self-destruct and, like, when you want to admit to having a problem. Also, I can't remember a lot of because they always seem to change Man-Bat's thing about the hearing loss, but now they add his sister, who and sign language, but also can read lips. Was that previously established, or was this retconned in here? Like, and also his sister barely plays a role in here, other than just to remind Man-Bat, oh yeah, you weren't doing this for me, you were doing this to be like, to get attention, to garner attention. So, yeah. It is really hard to root for Langstrom, because even they establish he's not a good person. Like, everything here is very self-inflicted. But, yeah. So, would I recommend Man-Bat? Or Man-Bat Cries the Night? Yeah. If you want to read some fun Batman villain stuff, anti-hero stuff, check this out. This was a lot of fun. This came out today in trade, as of this recording. It's about $17. It's under $20. So if you're looking for, like, a fun, like, hey, let's just have an adventure with just action and just a lot of fun. Like, let's just have a fun mini-series with a character who's always like, yeah, that character's here, awesome. He's one of, like, man, that's the thing. Man-Bat is one of those, cool, Man-Bat's here. Like, admit it, we all like whenever Man-Bat shows up in a Batman story, we're like, yeah, Man-Bat. So, you wanna have a comic with him? Here you go. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. If you haven't already, go check out my link to my Patreon. That's where my Eternals review is. And my other upcoming, I've got some other videos there. And if you want to hit the 4th tier, you can become you can throw out Patreon requests, which I will do here on YouTube. But other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.